Everybody, it's Kelly, and before I completely forget, it's December 23rd for me, but when you see this, it's not going to be for you. Merry Christmas, everybody. So I didn't want to forget to wish you that, since this one will go up on the 25th, and I just want you to know that I am so grateful for all of you and for all the support and the kind words that you've given me, not just through the Christmas season so far, but just in general, the kind words that you give me all throughout the year. You know, this is a hobby within a hobby. It's a ton of work, but I love doing it, and part of, you know, why I love it is your response to what I do and to the videos and all of that. So thank you very much, and Merry Christmas. So for today's video, this is day 22. You'll see I found the heart after looking everywhere, and just as I was about to give up, I thought, oh wait, you didn't check your sleeves. And I'd forgotten that I put some ATG on this, and it had stuck to my right sleeve. So when you lose something, don't forget to look at your sleeve, because that's often where we find them. So this is how day 22 turned out. Day 23, today I did two things, and I want to document them both because they're both one of them is a big part of my Christmas tradition, and one of them was flat out just magical. So today I frosted and decorated the sugar cookies that I made yesterday. It's something that I have been doing not on my own. My sister used to do this for me, but I took over cookie baking from my mom when I was 9. My mom loves to cook, but she does not like to bake, and I love to bake. So, you know, she certainly was within earshot to help us, and we had baked sugar cookies with her for years. But when I was 9, my sister and I took it over ourselves, and she was happy to give up those reins. So I baked them for my dad, who actually passed away 11 years ago, but I would bake a couple dozen for him, and then my sister is not a huge baker, so I would bake a couple dozen for her family with my 2 nephews. I still do. I don't make as many anymore. I think this year I baked just 2 recipes of my sugar cookies, and I've gone to just that snowman. I think I talked about it yesterday. So this is a huge, important thing. And I said to my mom today, this used to be really hard. I would do it over three days. I would make the dough and cut them out, and then frost them the next day, and then bake them the third, because it was so much work when I was doing all those dozens and dozens and dozens of cookies. But now that I have it down to just a couple, it really is a labor of love. I love doing it. It takes me back. I usually get kind of emotional thinking about my dad, which I actually am right now. Sorry, you guys, I didn't expect that to happen. But anyway, I usually get emotional during part of the process, which I did yesterday when I was actually cutting them out. And then it's just fun, and I love sugar cookies too as well. Anyway, the other thing that we did today is my mom and I just got back from seeing Mary Poppins Returns. And if you have not seen this movie, go see it. It's magical. I said to my mom, at one point I looked up and realized that I was in a theater. I think I thought I was in the movie for a while, and she kind of had the same feeling. It's a great cross between a movie and a Broadway show. It's the best of Mary Poppins. It was an amazing movie, so go see it if you haven't. So these are the 2 things for today. So I'm thinking I want to do maybe something like this, although my mom and I are to this side. I don't want us looking out. So let's put us here, which means that I want to go there. So I'm balancing the 2 photos. I'm going to want to use cards, and I have cards here, but I think I want to wait to see what happens when I do this up here, and I'll show you why. I'm just going to take this and put this to the side. I want to show you how to do a sequin pocket without having a fuse tool. I have a fuse tool. When I did the last one a couple weeks ago, I did that, used that fuse tool, but this time we're not going to use that. And I'm not quite sure how many sequins we're going to put in this pocket. Let's see. You probably figured out how I'm going to do this. This is how I used to do this. If you have a sewing machine, you can use your sewing machine. And I think this is a little bit too much. as I'm looking at this, it's not going to, I want it to still have movement here. So that's kind of a fine balance. Be kind of full, but still have movement. So I'm going to seal this up, and I still have enough to do at least one more shaker pocket. So I may do that this year, I may not, and just dump more in for next year, or I might make a shaker pocket on one of my layouts. I did that for a Cheeky Studio layout not that long ago. So what I'm going to do here is I'm literally going to just cut my washi tape, and I'm going to actually cut my washi tape fairly straight here, or try to cut it straight. There we go. Just because I'm making a sequin pocket versus, you know, doing it with something else. And all you need to do is take your washi, put it here on about halfway. You want to make sure you're sealed here. So I'm going to overlap it a little bit on both sides. And then I'm going to cut this again fairly straight, making sure that I've crossed the divide there. Now, the one thing that I'm looking at is I'm not halfway, and I want to be about halfway on this piece of washi tape, because if I'm not, then you'll see the overlap between the two on one side or the other, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Because what you can do, I'm not quite halfway there. And actually, now that I think about this, what would be really cool, and I'll do this tomorrow. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, right now I'm going to seal this. Tomorrow is obviously Christmas Eve. Tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'll go back to this washi again, and I'm going to just seal it across the top. So whatever I do in this pocket, I can't do this yet because I'm going to need that pocket tomorrow, will be sealed in there. And I think, actually, that washi tape is a gazillion, right? You know, you've got a ton of it. Let me show you what I'm going to do, because, you know, I've got so much of this. So this one's going to go here. This one's going to go here, and I'm going to actually put this one in here for today, because if I do anything, I think I'm going to do something on the top. Now I'm just going to take this washi tape. Be careful here when you do this. You want it, remember, going about halfway across there, which I think that's doing, no, not even close. Actually, ooh, here's a good way to do this. Just figured this out, guys. So what you can do, this is a little hard because I made this, okay, just gonna cut this off. Again, tons, and you can use that, you know, I can take that and I could use it if I wanted to. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna make it wider than my thing here, and then I'm gonna take this, and hopefully this will lay for me. If you have a temporary adhesive, this would be the time to use it. But I'm going to take this top of this page, rest it, so I can see that it's really about halfway. And now I can take this and just fold it over the top. And then what you can do is cut this, and really the important place is the clear one, because this will be over two things, so that's, you know, like something will be in those pockets, and I'll just cut this tomorrow again. So what you could do is wait to actually finish out that pocket and do it the next day if you wanted to. But one of the reasons I decided to use sequins in this pocket is, first of all, I know tomorrow I'll probably have a lot of pictures because it's Christmas Eve and I have a family activity. So I will be able, I might even take some sequins out of here tomorrow when I do this, but we'll see. Anyway, I know that I will be able to I totally forgot my train of thought, guys. Sorry. Anyway, tomorrow I can take things out. I know that there'll be something on the back side of this, so you won't see if this is not exactly even, which it's not. It's okay. Make sure the one in your clear pocket is even. Okay. So that's kind of how you do that if you don't have a, you know, if you don't have a fuse tool. And I have done this on that other one that I did where I had the 4x4. I've done that on that one too. So my other thought is I have this Mary here that I could put it over the top of this. Right now that's really lumpy and bumpy, so if you're going to do this, you probably want to do it when the sequins aren't in the pocket so you get a good adherence. I could also do it here as well, but I don't like it over the picture. I think I like it over that better if that's what I decide to do. And now kind of looking, I do like the fact that this, the cool thing is there's blue and blue here. Obviously my little Mary Poppins thing there is actually smaller. Actually, that might not be obvious to you guys, but it is quite a bit smaller than this pocket here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I mean, that can go on a piece of paper, obviously. And then I have all my cards here. But what I'm thinking is maybe I should see if I've got a card with a border on it that I don't feel like I have to use, and can maybe use under that as a fast way to line that. And it's going to have to be a border that goes all the way around. Something like this. This is not the card I'm going to want to use, but see, now that'll lay on there. And then I would have a border going all the way around. You know, these 3x4 cards, I have a gazillion of them. And I'm thinking, yeah, like this would be good. Right? And that kind of echoes the red that's going on. And I like that quite a bit. Now, I could also do that with a piece of paper as well. So, I'm trying to decide because I don't feel like I want to sacrifice that whole piece of paper. I know that's crazy, or that whole 3x4 card, because there's a lot of writing room on that one. And those are a little bit harder to find. So what I'm doing is I'm looking to see if I have the red stripe. And I think I like the red stripe there for that one. I do have that. Ooh, and I also have it in this 6x8 size, or I have a green one too. So let's take a look at these two. So I'm thinking I'm not going to use this, even though guys, this is how many cards I have. I hope you can see that, a lot. But anyway, I'm thinking paper instead, although this is kind of cute. I do need a card over here though, so let's see what we think. Do we like the pink? And I would do it this way so that it's going into the layout. That's nice. Could also do it green, and I don't like it on that. So if I'm going to do it, it's going to be on the card or this. And I'm not loving that. I don't know if it's echoing that too much or what's going on there, but I don't like that as much. So what I'm going to do, this one has a back to it, is I'm going to take this and just trim it here. Ooh, that'll make your eyes go wonky. Okay, then I can just take this and adhere it here. And I like the way that looks. It's a little crooked, so I'm going to just throw it on my trimmer to trim that up. Straight. Which now that the photo's down, the border's all messed up. So I like the same distance at the top and bottom of my photo if I can get it. And the sides, you know that. You've seen me do this a lot. Okay, so then I think that looks good. We're going to pop that in the pocket there. I obviously need a date on here somewhere. I do like that because it is Mary. Okay, before I do that though, let's look at the cards. Let's look at the cards that I looked at and now can't find. Kind of hoping that I didn't throw them back in here, which I may have. It's these. Okay, so I obviously could do that, but that will hurt your eyes. Okay, and this is why I put this behind here, because I wanted to look and see how it all looked together. I do kind of like that tree card. I like the balance of the green to green here. Not that one. I think a little too white. This is December Fun. That's cute. I like the candy on this because it's kind of echoing the cookies, but I think it's too busy. The Gotta Love This is nice because it goes back to that page. And On This Day in December I think is a little too white. So here's my choices. This one, the Gotta Love This. The December Fun, and the tree. And I like the Gotta Love This. I think it has a nice mix of light and some light and some dark. Not light and dark, but the white and the green together. I really like how that looks. I also think that what I want to do is put the number 23 down here. I was thinking about maybe putting it on that, but I think I'm going to do it down here. And if I have those numbers, I think I'll just do them in that. Which, of course, I have those numbers because I have a ton of them, right? So 23, and what I'm just going to do is I'm going to just pop that. One of the things I love about this is there's a ton of these. So we'll just put that down there. Now the question is, do I embellish this? And I was thinking there's a lot going on here, that's for sure, especially with that washi up there. Like I love this. This was such a great day. So that's exactly how I feel about this. Oops. I'm going to get that a little bit closer here. I think actually I'm going to pop this right on the photo. This was a great day. Movie with my mom and a fun and decorating cookies. That could, there's nothing bad about that. Okay, we do Mary up here. Then ooh, I did intend, I forgot about this. I've got this puffy sticker that says Christmas Magic, and I was thinking about putting that up here, or on this one. But I already did that, and I think it's too busy otherwise. I'm just going to leave that off. on to another layout, right? And I am thinking, I really like this just as it is. I think otherwise there's too much going on. After I shut this camera off, I'm gonna take these back out of here. I know that's insane. So I can get this Mary on here because I really like the behind there. And I might take out some of the sequins. And I'm thinking I'm gonna take out maybe the wood, actually. I think the wood is, I know that's crazy, but I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Take out the wood pieces out of this, lay this flat, and then put it back in there. So, okay, you guys, let me just put this down here like that, is really day 23 is done. And honestly, the more I look at this, I don't love this with the washi tape above this on this particular layout. So I am probably going to come back. Let's take this off. Because you know I'm going to do it anyway, because I'm going to take those out. And in my particular case, I don't love this. I think it was, if it wasn't the star pattern is distracting for me. I do have some plaids. Since I own a fuse tool, I think I am going to fuse those in. Do you see what I'm saying about that? That feels really heavy to me with that particular pattern. So I'm thinking if it was something more like this, it would be better. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to change out the washi. I know I'm driving you crazy. So anyway, well, I'm not driving you crazy. I'm driving me crazy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do those couple of things off camera because you already kind of have an idea. You'll see this when we come back tomorrow, what this is going to look like, and I think that looks a lot better already. That star was just a little bit too heavy, as much as I love that washi for this particular application. So, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow, and have a great rest of your Christmas day if you're watching this in real time. Bye.